The latest Pompey news, updates every day from the Pompey Sound news desk.
John Messino on Pompey's upcoming league fixture programme.
Leicester are an extremely dangerous side and clicked into gear before the international break with a good win at Swansea. They haven't spent like the other relegated sides, but retained a lot of the guys they had and are littered with Premier League quality in their squad. We have watched them on a number of occasions and there are threats all over the pitch. Marty Cifuentes has done an excellent job since going there. It's such a busy period from now until the next break in November, and it should be a really good test for us. We face one of the favourites to go up on Saturday, then the current league leaders in Coventry, followed by a Stoke side who have also started well. So it's going to be a big 8 days, but we're relishing the challenge and have to make sure that we show up and compete in each game.
John Messino classifying Pompey's next 3 games, and it's classic manager speak, isn't it? And he does it so well, at least as well as anybody's ever done it, perhaps better than almost everybody has ever done it, this manager speak. You're going into a game. The first thing that's high in his mind is that he wants to put to rest, to evacuate the minds of the players of any sense of self-congratulation over the Middlesbrough game, because that has to go right behind them, and they now focus entirely on the upcoming games. And he's absolutely right to highlight the strengths of Leicester and the strengths of Coventry and the strengths of Stoke, because 100% commitment is going to be necessary, allied to all the tactical nous and all the skill sets as footballers that the Pompey squad possess, that has to be matched by combat, by effort, by blood, sweat and tears, by determination, to do everything that has to be done on the pitch, particularly when we're not in possession, because obviously that's when opponents can hurt you, when they've got the ball. So there's absolutely no hiding place against Leicester, against Coventry, against Stoke. He wants something from those 3 games. What would be a good return? Well, you tell me, gentle listener, gentle Pompey fan. Would you settle for 2 points from these 3 games? Or nothing less than 3, somehow, 1 win, or 3 draws? Or do you want more? Or would you settle for 3 really good performances and no points? You wouldn't, would you? You wouldn't, because we have seen a glimmer of our side being a substantial championship side, and we want that to continue. So 3 really difficult, challenging, what's John Messino's term for it? Test. A challenging 8 days test against 3 of the most solid sides in the championship. And what does he say about it? Is he dreading it? I don't think he is. He certainly wouldn't say so. Quite the opposite. He is relishing the challenge. That's what you want to hear, isn't it? Relishing the challenge. And he wants that relish to rub off on his players, on his squad, so that each of these 3 games are treated like some kind of miniature cup final. And, well, who knows? In 9 days, or 10 days' time, we'll know the outcome of these 3 test games that we've got coming up. And are we relishing it? We should do. John Messino is very consistent in that he wants a squad full of players who believe they're good enough to start every game, and absolutely not sulking or acting upset in any way, because obviously over half of them are going to be left out at 3 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon. And this is particularly true at the moment of the centre-half positions.
The centre-half partnerships this season have been very strong. Before his injury, Schoffs showed a lot of promise, and Regan has been excellent across the 9 games. Josh Knight has now come in and showed what he's all about over 3 games. So we have that competition, and with Hayden Matthews there waiting in the wings, it's very healthy. Ibbs is fully ready to go and champing at the bit. He's not let himself down at all, he just has good players ahead of him. I think he's hungry to get going and hungry to play. He's still working very hard, and he's still at it every day. That's what we need. Anyone whose demeanour drops off or work rate drops off, that's no good to me. I don't need players who are sulking or to show me they're upset. If you're upset by not being in the side, then show me every day by being angry and competitive. Show me by training really hard and giving me a bit of a problem.
Gibane Bowat has had to be particularly robust over the last 12 months, really. He is physically, clearly, someone you wouldn't argue with, but he's also pretty strong internally, mentally, and he's had to be because of the strangeness of his injury to be out for a year almost because he overhit a ball when no one else was near him in training. He struck it too hard and he got that extension to one of the cartilage or several of the cartilage muscles, the ligaments, the tendons in that knee. And he has had a little run out for us and looks impressive, but breaking into the first team with the wealth that we have of centre-halves at the moment, and that is a wonderful position to be in, is going to be very, very difficult. But John Messino is aware of him. John Messino is vocal in that he is proud of him, in that his attitude is absolutely perfect, and he's going to have to do in training everything that's necessary to force John Messino into having a selection challenge ahead of him as to who to partner with Regan Poole, because Regan looks pretty much like he's one of the nailed-ons, doesn't he? And we're very lucky to have a player of his ability and his class available on the pitch.
Portsmouth FC Women can announce that the team has withdrawn from Sunday's match at Charlton Athletic in the Subway Women's League Cup due to an unprecedented number of injuries. The club had initially requested a postponement of the fixture, but have been informed today that this is not possible. Head coach Jay Sadler currently has just 9 outfield players available, with 13 more absent. Annie Hutchings, Lucy Johnson, Emily Pittman and Jazz Younger are all sidelined with long-term ACL injuries. Pompey are also missing a number of players through other short-term injuries, while Izzy Collins is serving a 1-match suspension in the League Cup. With an international break following this weekend's round of group stage fixtures, the Blues are not scheduled to be in action again until they host Crystal Palace in a league contest at Wesley Park on Sunday, November 2nd. A number of the currently unavailable players should have then recovered from injury and be available for selection again, along with Collins. The club would like to apologise to the supporters of both teams for any inconvenience this cancellation has caused, and thank them for their understanding.
John Messino likes to play a formation of 4-2-3-1, and here he's asked what he might have to do to get round the fact that at some point in the not-too-distant future, if all these injuries finally clear up, he's going to do about having 5 or possibly 6 players available for the 3 behind Colby Bishop.
We'll definitely have a look at what that looks like and how we can work it. At the minute, we've gone with Seggs and Connor Chaplin in the same team. We've also gone with John Swift and Connor Chaplin in the same team. Maybe if you had spoken to me at the start of the season about all 3 as 10s, I wouldn't have been quite sure how you'd do it, but I certainly think there's a load of scope. We saw Mignok play quite a bit for QPR on the right last year. He was the outstanding performer against Derby on a Friday night when QPR won 4-0, operating off the right. He can do it, he can play as a 10 as well. If we have a fully fit squad, and everybody to select from. First of all, you don't necessarily have to get everybody in the same team. We can chop and change. If we need to fit players into the side, then great, we'll be able to do that, we'll find a way to do it, but if not, then we'll have to play the right players at the right time. Murph can play on the left, and Mignot can go on the right, or the opposite way. I'm sure Mignot can also play as a 10. He's really adaptable.
Football is, as the late great Jimmy Greaves was always saying, a funny old game. This time last season we only had 1 fit centre-half. Now here we are looking at the possibility that we've got twice as many attacking midfield players, wide men, whatever you want to call them. We know what we're talking about, the 3 behind the number 9. We've got almost twice as many as we need, which means a selection challenge for John Messino, to use his management speak. It's a challenge, which he is no doubt prepared to say that he is relishing. And why not? Why not? We do know, don't we, that one of the most favourite headaches any manager or head coach can face, it's fitting in all the quality players he's got into the confines of a formation of 10 outfield players. That's his headache, and a headache he will enjoy.